I want to talk about how you can create content that has a lot of quality consistently. Because I've tried a lot of scheduling, content calendars, and like all this stuff, and unfortunately that hasn't worked out for me. If you're on the same boat, it's maybe because you focus too much on the technical aspects of your content and the framework that you need to follow, probably to avoid failure, because that's what I was doing it. But the only thing that you're doing is delaying the failure that is going to come regardless in this industry. So this framework is basically organized in a way that allow you to create without thinking too much on that. And no, I'm not selling you a course. I'm giving this for free, and I hope it helps. But I do have to say, this strategy will not be set on stone. You got to figure out some ways that match your content, your style, your niche, or whatever you're trying to aim. Without further ado, let's get on it. Starting with the content format that I wanted to create was my starting point. And I think we should start there. Because if you're the type of person that is trying to express yourself through your art, whatever that may be, I know how challenging it can be to try something new. Trust me, I've tried a lot of things. And if you follow me, or if you've been following me for a while on Instagram, you know that I don't have a specific niche, but I keep trying and experimenting with new things that make me happy. And I think that that's the number one thing that you should do when trying to create a framework that works for you. But again, a framework will not save you failure. And I know it's harsh. I've been through there. I'm going through that probably right now. And those situations, those are the moments when opportunities really start happening. You just gotta be willing to see them. Because let's talk about the strategies for grow a social media or a following. You either niche down and use a very specific target audience and then create that type of content consistently over and over again. And the other way is basically having a story or a journey that people want to follow. Neither of those really apply to me, if I'm being honest, because I didn't feel super comfortable sharing my story online for the most part. I didn't want to limit my creativity to a very specific niche, and that's why I created this framework. The first thing that you need to do is decide what type of formats you're willing to experiment with. In my case, they were get ready with me, visual journals, tutorials, gear talk, unboxing videos with ASMR and voiceovers. That turned out to be a very wide variety. My thought process in order for me to reach bigger audiences was that I was targeting every specific content format for a reason. So like unboxing videos was highly monetizable because I just talk about a product and what it does, and I could pitch that idea to brands. Now, talking head videos was my way to express myself and convey a message. I started doing that for a while, but I realized that even though my creativity was through the roof and I was coming up with a lot of different ideas that took place in a lot of different niches, I kept doing it, and the framework that I did allowed me to create 8 to 7 pieces of content per day. And it's the same format that I'm using right now for YouTube to create a long form piece video. Basically, it's like recording and scripting things in the order of effort. And that sounds like super easy now that you know the answer, but let me explain. The way that I built the structure of the formats that I was pursuing at the time was basically the first thing that I had to do in order for me to record is to get ready. So the first video that I would record was a get ready with me video. After that, there was another format that was a gear talk video. So while I was recording, I will, after the get ready with me, record a gear talk video with a piece of gear that I was already using during the process. After that, I had a script down for a talking head video, and that's usually what it takes the most time for me because I do repeat myself a lot on the videos. And that's kind of like how it goes. I just did an example right there. Basically, organize your videos or organize your ideas in the way that you are going to record. Now, I do have to say, because of my experience with it, once I was able to produce a lot of pieces of content every day, I was getting disappointed. And not because of the content that I was creating, but because it didn't represent a challenge anymore. And I feel that when that happens, that's when we explore our creative limits again and we try to reinvent the wheel. I'm not saying that's wrong, but I'm just saying that as creative, we need to recognize when moments like that happen, because we need to pivot, because change is the only way to grow. And I'm not talking about followers. So long story short, All you have to do is attach one piece of content to another and kind of use a domino effect. Like after you're done with one piece of content, you go ahead and record the other one. But remember that this can become boring really fast. And there's something on The Creative Act, the book by Reed Robin, that allowed me to discover other ways to apply this structure to. To give you an example, let's say that you set up a rule that you have to create a piece of content all in black and white. That's going to look totally different to every piece of content that you have created. Let's go a little bit backwards to talk about the structure again. Let's say that you already identify all the formats that you like and that you want to create. So once you have that written down in paper, I suggest paper, create a recording order in terms of which is high effort, which is low effort, and use the domino effect. That can become repetitive. Now you create a rule for every week. Let's say that you are posting one video a week and that you have 7 pieces of content that you recorded in one day and you scripted in another day. You will create different pieces of content using the same format and in an efficient way. This is something that I was using for myself and it was great, and I thought about sharing it with you guys. I want to be transparent. I'm not going to be here and tell you, oh, this is the best way to do it and this is what I do every day and every day. No, I did it, I experiment, it failed for me, I recognize the value, and I realized that it's good to share with other people. And I honestly don't see a lot of people doing that. Just because something didn't stick with you because of outside circumstances in your environment, that doesn't mean that other people could see value in it. That's it for this video. So if you find any value, I hope you do. I'll suggest to hit that subscribe button and that like and share it with a friend. And if you do use this structure or have any questions, just let me know in the comments and I wish you good luck. Wait, to keep this video fully transparent, I do have to save and give credits to David. David is a stranger that I met on a bus when I was on my way from New York back to Washington, D.C., and he told me something that stuck with me. He was like, only until you have to explain a thought process or a framework to someone else, you truly understand it. He made me think that other people could see some value out of things that you have failed at doing. Thank you, David. He's someone that was a lawyer and he was retired, and after he got retired, he was pursuing a music career. So whatever you are, good luck and thank you for the inspiration. Now, goodbye.